Hello, sacred friends. Today we are here to celebrate the full moon in Virgo. And, it's called the full snow moon. That didn't really align with what is going on in my world. So for me, it is the full quickening moon because, boy, it's feels like spring out there, 60 some degrees. Well, I'm not sure what it is in your part of the world, but you're Celsius, we are Fahrenheit. So we are here to just celebrate and connect into the moon phase. I know the full moon in Virgo does not arrive until the 24th. In the States, I'm not sure, is it the 25th or, okay, the 24th or 25th, just depending upon where you live. But we're going to celebrate, connect in with some of those moon phases today and throw some cards, have a little fun, do a little meditation and ritual, and here we go. So I'm going to start out with just let's connecting in. We're going to do a little bit of a meditation and maybe we are. We'll see if I can get my stuff together here. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so I just want you really to just sit wherever you are. Just find that comfortable space, comfortable place. And I want you to really connect in with all parts of your body. Just really feel them, connect in with them. And close your eyes. Put your feet on the ground if you can. If not, just imagine in any way that you can that you are connecting into the earth space. So let's close your eyes, take a few deep breaths, call back all that is yours, and let go of all that is not. So let's breathe out anything that doesn't belong to you right now. Let's relax your body. Kind of still your mind. And just breathe a little bit. Let go of the tensions in your shoulders, your neck. Breathe in, relax. Breathe out, tension. Oh, now I want you to sit in a room, dark space, just a lowly lit room, being comfortable, and just sit there for a moment. Feel safe, and you see a door. I want you to get up and open the door and walk through it. And on the other side, it's beautiful. Sun is shining, and there's a path. Just follow that path. And feel the earth beneath your feet, grounding you and connecting you to the energies of the natural world. On both sides of this path, there's fields of wheat. Beautiful standing wheat. And just walk. Now I want you to Visualize the symbol of Virgo. Beautiful maiden, whatever you want to see her as, a goddess holding a sheaf of wheat. Sense her, know her, feel her, see her in any way that is comfortable for you. See yourself standing in front of her, bow down until she acknowledges you. And then feel the clear light of the Virgo full moon just shining down on you. The goddess acknowledges you. As you stand in this field, imagine the qualities of Virgo, her precision, her organization, her ability to heal and be of service. Feel those qualities flow through you. Feel the energies resonate within you, bringing a sense of clarity and order to your thoughts and emotions. Visualize that a beam of light descending from the Virgo full moon, entering the crown of your head. Feel this light filling you with a sense of purity and perfection, cleansing away anything that does not align, that is blocked. Now focus on the healing aspect of Virgo. Imagine any of the areas in your body, spirit, mind that may need healing. See the light of the full moon bathe these areas, bringing with that a sense of renewal and rejuvenation. Continue to breathe deeply. Allow yourself to release any worries, any doubts, fears that may be weighing you down. Trust in the process of healing and the transformation that is taking place. Pay attention to what needs pruning and bring those memories back with you. Take a moment now to express gratitude to the maiden, to the blessed moon, grandmother moon, for her guidance and support. Feel that sense of alignment with her energies. Now we're going to turn around and go back the same way that we came. Follow the path all the way back through the fields of wheat. Continue walking, grounding into the earth until you see that door. Open the door and return to, if you were in a sitting position, standing, go back to where you first began. Now I want, whenever you're ready, slowly open your eyes. Take a few moments to come back into your body. Maybe you wiggle your feet. Bring everything back that belongs with you. Take a few deep breaths. Carry the energy of the Virgo full moon with you, knowing that you're supported and guided and loved. And may it be so. Come back when you're ready. If you want to write anything down, if you have any memories that want to release. Okay, so that was wonderful for me.
It's nice.
Okay.
I liked it. Me too. Thank you.
Good,
Thank
good.
you. Yeah.
So now, since maybe we have some of those little tidbits that the Virgo full moon or Virgo, the archetype of Virgo helps you to bring forward that you want to release. So this is where we're going to do this stone ritual. So if you have a stone, and if you don't, that's fine, but I'll show you what to do. It's real easy. It's you know, whatever you need, you can go outside on a walk and find a stone with the intention of release. Because that's what this, with the intention of release, you might have a specific thought that you want to release, or you know, it could be, geez, a relationship, an action, some project that you're completed, anything, whatever you you know, came to you in that meditation, that would be perfect also. But if you, I mean, it could be one intention, it could be 5 intentions, it could be a lot. So today, just for the purpose of this ritual today, we are releasing 1 intention. And the prompt that I'm going to use is, what is holding you back from stepping into your full potential? Or, you know, there's prompts that you can use for this, or guidance. If you have something that you've been working on, and I mean, there's a couple specific things that I'm going to blow into my stone for me. So, and you know, you can have what belief, behavior, emotion no longer serves you can be blown into this stone. What parts of yourself you want to shift, blow into your stone, anything like that. If this is a releasing issue, that ritual. So we're going to release with the full moon of Virgo. So what I did is I found this beautiful little heart stone. I thought it was so cool. It's not perfect, but it looked just like a heart. It was staring right at me. So I thought this would be the perfect thing. And what else you need is, I have a little container that I have filled with some water. And I put a little rose water in it. You can put you don't have to put anything, but if you have an essential oil, if you have something like that, just so, because this stone is going to go into the water afterwards, just so you can give it a little love. I have some nice little rose petals, some that I'm going to put into the water as well. So you can decorate it up. You can anoint your stone with oil. However you want to connect with it is perfectly fine. So today, basically what this is, I've opened sacred space already before we began this, and opening sacred space in whatever way you feel comfortable, calling in the directions if you like, just actually saying a little prayer, however you feel comfortable. Go ahead and open sacred space. I'm going to wait a moment because Ruth's coming in. Hello, Ruth. Going to pause the recording. Okay, so we are going to do a stone releasing ritual. And as I was saying, what I did was I went out on a walk and I found a little stone that called to me. And we did a meditation that kind of connected with the Virgo full sun, inviting in some guidance and some support. So this stone you're going to release out into the world when you're finished. So if you don't want a crystal that is precious to you, or even a found stone that is precious, use something that that you don't feel badly about letting go of. Okay. So and the stone releasing ritual, you can there's prompts if you like the prompts, but basically what I'm doing, mine was letting go of any kind of relationship, thought, action, or even project that I've completed or no longer is aligned. So that's what I was going to release during because to me, Virgo is kind of about pruning away those things that aren't aligned and aren't clear. She's clear and focused and decisive. So what isn't working in your life, or what are you completed with? So we're going to let go of that. So I also have just a little thing of water. I've added some rose water, some rose petals. You can you put anything you want into your water, and nothing if you want, it doesn't matter. And this will come at a later stage. So basically all we're doing is I'm going to first, I open sacred space in whatever way you're comfortable, with a little prayer, calling in the 7 directions, however you feel comfortable opening sacred space. Just knowing that this is a sacred place. With my found rock, so it's basically you put it in your left hand, and what I first do, just to activate your intention, and this is something that's very easy, very simple. You put it into your third eye. Put it to your heart space. So this is right sight, right love. Put it into your sacral, right action. And soul love. The breath is your soul. So as you breathe into it, you activate it with 3 breaths and think about your intention. Whatever your intention is, you blow it into the stone. So and my intention is to release and let go. So basically all I'm doing, I'm putting it in some water. I'm going to put it out under the full moon for those few days. And after that is done, I will probably go put it into a body of water. Virgo is real grounding. It's an earth element. It's mutable, and we're in the Pisces season. So therefore, earth is stone. The water, of course, is Pisces, and supporting that, not only that ability to let go, because water can definitely move stone. Water can move anything with enough force. So I mean, that's how easy that little ritual is. And you can do it with as many intentions as you want. I suggest that you write out whatever you're releasing, come back 6 months later in the Virgo full moon again to see what happened, to see if how you felt afterward, if things have transpired in the way that you wanted them to. So, just so that we can kind of come full circle, basically. So real easy, easy peasy, but it's just bringing in that little bit of sacred, and connecting with that moon phase of Virgo. So that's all. So, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I'm putting this out. Full moon is not until Saturday or Sunday, I guess, depending upon where you live. And go find yourself a stone. Put it in some water. Blow your intention into it. So anyway, that was my little thing. So, of course we have we'll pull some cards today. We'll do things like that. And oh, is anybody here Virgo? Virgo sun, Virgo. 2 Virgos. Okay, are you Virgo moon or Virgo sun? You are a Virgo. I can't remember when your birthday was.
Sun is a sign, is it?
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
Sun, yeah.
Sun.
So are you one of those traditional Virgo people that are very organized and
Yeah.
what is the
I'm prototype.
okay.
Absolutely prototype.
Stubborn? Are you a little stubborn? I mean, they say that Virgos are a little stubborn, huh? Is that true? Yeah. Okay.
Don't mess up with me.
What did I read that? Instead of the symbol of the Virgin, there's an alternative symbol of the donkey. And it's because the stubborn, ready for a challenge describes Virgo better than that of a mystical virgin. Not because the virgin is any less powerful, but even the Virgos, the donkeys are still kind of stubborn, grumpy, and community oriented. So much more than a virgin. A virgin is pretty unto themselves. So is that what is it? The sacred donkey of holiness. I thought that was funny. I can't hear you, Ruth. Do you have anything to say about
Tasha wrote something in the chat.
Oh, sorry, I didn't want to interrupt the discussion. I raised my
go
hand
on, go
because
on. Oh, you're a Virgo ascendant. Okay, yay.
And I've got a lot of Taurus. Even though Sun is Gemini, I've got a lot of Earth in my chart, and Virgo is in the first house with the so I can relate to a lot of Virgo stuff.
Sacred donkey of holiness. I don't know about
that. That donkey is very relatable.
I thought that was so fun.
Especially that. But be interested to hear from Ruth on her perspective as always.
Oh yeah, absolutely. We always want to hear from Ruth, her astrological, So
I didn't realize, Cassia, you were Virgo ascendant, but you are very organized. I have noticed that about you. That helps keep your Gemini from floating away. I remember that.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
They are also very detail-oriented people. I can definitely relate to that. And I think they also, is that associated with healthcare, Ruth, in terms of like...
Yeah, they're very service-oriented.
Service, yeah. So even though my job is
it can
not...
be, but it doesn't necessarily, when we think about health, we really think about health, we're thinking about the 6th house. That's the house.
Native house.
Yes,
right?
yes, that's his domicile. That's his native house, right? So, I mean, you find Virgos in all kinds of occupations, oftentimes in healthcare, because they may be relating to their 6th house. the thing that I often, and I've witnessed this, is that they're one of the most photogenic signs around.
Oh,
Yes, yes, it's interesting. If you look at them, they can sometimes be quite pretty people. And
there's
the,
two quite pretty people. All right.
Alexandra, you agree with that?
We have two very pretty people here as well.
That's
All of
nice.
us
I
are
see.
pretty people.
Yeah, absolutely. And the thing that I relate to in terms of Virgo, because I've mentioned this before, I don't have the main planets, Earth by sign, is being a full out Pisces. I think astrologically, we're always relating to our opposite sign. Therefore, when anything, when it's Virgo season or full moon in Virgo, I'm always looking at, quote unquote, the opposite or the complementariness of Pisces and Virgo.
Right.
What I do personally is I try to get the practicality of the Virgo energy to use it as a way of focusing the water. And so that's what I was thinking about this earlier. That's what I would encourage everybody to do, is to look at their chart
I did.
and see where Virgo lands, but also look at Pisces. And right now, look at what's happening with Neptune in Pisces and with Saturn in Pisces, because Virgo moon at some point can be, quote unquote, in opposition with these two major planetary movements. With Saturn and Neptune both being in Pisces, it encourages us to really take a look at our creative impetus. What do we want to create? You know, it can be artistic creation. Something is wanting to be created right now because there's such a heavy emphasis with the Saturn and with the Neptune. Neptune is going to be in Pisces. We will never see it again in our lifetime. So it's really, we'll probably be around to see Saturn because it takes, it's quite a while too. It takes about 18 years, you know, because it stays about 2.5, almost 3 years in the sign for Saturn. But Neptune, we will not see it again. So wherever Neptune is happening in your chart, I'd say take this Virgo moon and shine the light over there, because full moons are about illuminating.
Right.
You make an excellent point, Karen, that is letting go. But I say illuminate, look at what's going on, and then look over at the Pisces part and see what you want to create and see what parts are working. And then let Virgo come in and basically say, okay, maybe we need to make some adjustments here and make some adjustments here. I tend not to say throw out everything, because when we talk about release, it's like, pew,
No.
everything's gone.
One thing,
But,
no.
but
No.
I actually think Virgo is really good at adjusting and saying, all right, this is functioning well right here, but this part over here is not functioning. That's how I see the releasing part. You know, look at making revisioning, maybe reorganizing it. And so that's how I'm looking at the full moon in Virgo, because you know I got it sitting up on my 10th house. I got all this Pisces sitting up there, and then of course that where if it's at the 10th house, then Virgo, I got Virgo down at the 4th house.
Okay.
And so
that's in what, mundane activities? No, what is fourth? What is the fourth house? I'm trying to remember.
The 4th house
The
has to
sixth
do with
house
our
is mundane.
is our well, I guess everything can be mundane, you know.
Well, no, I guess sixth house, I think of it's
Well,
your
it's your
work, your
daily, it's your
health.
daily activities. It's our
Right,
day.
that's,
See,
yes.
it's our daily activities. It's how, because we each get up every single day. We actually all have little rituals. We have things, and we have ways and steps of doing things. And the fourth house is how we nurture. It's the roots. It's our
Oh,
ancestry,
ancestors, yeah, okay.
right? Um, but ancestors not mean, meaning yes, the people, but it can also be the background of how you do something, how you start something. What are the and when you were saying pruning, the pruning actually goes in fourth house, because that's where we plant the seeds. We all were a seed at one time, and then we got planted, and then we got birthed, and then we get mothered, and we get nurtured, hopefully down there in the fourth house. Fourth house is a cardinal water house of Cancer. That's our moon. That's our moon. That's where the moon does her thing. And so when you're thinking about moon, we're always thinking about the fourth house in many ways, whether it's a full moon or it's a new moon or whichever moon phase we're going through. At some point, we're thinking about the fourth house because it's giving us information as to how. Okay, so you were talking about um, releasing, and then the new moon will come up. And then if we follow the phases, we can literally see how the moon is like gestation, and then it grows, and then we come back. And so the fourth house is always in our awareness too, because it asks us, how do we take care? I actually like the word, how do we do self-care in maybe physically, but in a bigger sense? How do we take care of ourselves? How do we nurture ourselves? How do we mother ourselves? And Virgo goes along with that pretty well. It actually can work with that. I've noticed that Virgo parents are really doting. That's one. Do you have children, Marilyn? You don't have any kidlets? No kidlets? Your inner kidlet. That's a really important kidlet too, that inner kidlet, and how we take care of that. But anyway, that's how I deal with Virgo, because whenever it comes, my Pisces self says, all right, Virgo, I need some of you over here, over there. And then likewise, when um, when Virgo season comes up, I also say, okay, Virgo, you need some Pisces, because when oftentimes, and this is no disrespect, but Virgos can be so tight. It's like, uh-oh, when I see a Virgo and they are like this, I say, oh, they need some Pisces energy. They need some Pisces, out there, Neptune time. So I'm always looking for that, because, both mutable, looking for that balance.
So your Pisces in what, in your moon, sun, what, Ruth?
Sun, Mercury, Mars.
Okay. And that's in your what house? 10th?
10th.
Okay.
So what that does for me is, it's like, oh my God, I just much rather swim in the ocean. But then my agreement must have been, my soul agreement must have been, you gotta come to the surface. That's why I'm up there in the 10th house. You see, I am a deep diver, but it says you gotta come up and talk to the people sometime, and then you can go back down.
Okay.
Mhm.
I see. So
You
I
really
was
care?
reading, I was
Because you're
reading and I
Pisces
don't,
too. You're Pisces too.
yeah. I said I was reading and I don't know how true this is. It was kind of goes along with what you want, that if you also want to go into your natal chart, find out where your Virgo is. My Virgo, what planets is in the 7th house. My Virgo is in the 7th house and Pluto is there. And so therefore it's committed relationships and all those. So that's a little bit of magic I can use at this time, is to, how can I shift, adjust, rearrange, revision some of those relationships that don't work or do work.
And mostly, yeah, it's interesting because with it sitting in the seventh house, it occurs to me, your thing is, how do I take care of my most valued self, my most valued needs, you see, because it's an earthy sign in a relationship house. There has to be a balance between us and them. And so the Virgo part is, remember, it won't, quote unquote, in service, but that service can go too far to the left.
I definitely understand that.
Mhm. Because it's like, okay, I got to do this and I got to do this, and then you come up short on the other side.
I think I've experienced that. And then I have Pluto too. So Pluto's kind of one of
Oh,
those.
yeah. Pluto says, we got to take a big look at this, because you could have an explosion over there if you get too far.
I've had many explosive relationships, so I understand that. Anyway, moving on.
No, I'm talking about the explosion being if you don't take care of yourself. You
Right.
just get
Okay. Yes.
totally, not so much other people. You just get, PO'd yourself, and because your well is running dry.
Okay. Interesting.
I mean, now this is how, remember, I've been doing this for a while, so
Oh, yeah.
I now have a way of taking a look at a chart. And of course, I've studied the basics, but then the charts begin to talk in a different way. So that's the difference. And I know Alexandra has too. She's been doing astrology for quite a while. So I'm sure they're talking to her in a different way than just reading a cookbook about the signs.
Oh.
There are quite some deep stories in there to be told.
Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. And it's the magic happens when we start making the connections.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So, gosh, anybody want to share anything else on Virgo right now? I do know that the guardian planet is Mercury. It's a mutable sign, an earth mutable sign. This native house is the sixth house. Actually, the gemstone that I'm using is one of the gemstones that are for Mercury. So that will be sharing today. So,
Karen, I want to say this. One of the things that what about you, Alex? I've observed that Virgos can actually be quite chatty. There are times when they just, they're like the Sphinx, but then when they go into chatty mode, Byron, you could maybe attest to this. When little Virgos go into chatty mode, it's like, oh my goodness, listen to those little chatty Cathys.
Yeah, I can relate to that as well, especially
Can
with
you?
another friend of mine. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. She goes into so much detail. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
Things that are not relevant for the conversation, but they're so rich and so detailed. And sometimes I think, okay, get to the point.
It's like what happens, they back up. I think they need to talk more, but they get so analytical and thinking, and then they're not into, because mutability means to converse. It's it's about your communication. And so I think Virgos, Geminis, Pisces, and Sagittarius are the teachers. And so they have something that they really do need to share, but it's like it gets backed up and then they got to do it all at one time.
That's right. Quite a lot of teachers are Virgo as well.
Huh?
The teachers are
Yeah. Mhm.
Virgo as well. Quite
Yeah.
a few of them.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hmm. Oh, we have a few cards we drew today. Jeez. Mine were, I wanted to redraw because I didn't like them, but I didn't. They kind of all blended together. But the first one I drew, I said, oh, come on, it looks so pretty. It doesn't seem like it should be that. So just asking for guidance from the Virgo full moon for the collective today. And I used two decks. One was the Unfolding Path Tarot, and geez, I have the Five of Swords. And I didn't like that card. I didn't want that card. I didn't want either of these cards, but that's what came forward. And she is like, it's fighting. I stress fighting. That's what I think of the Five of Swords. And she's in battle. And I see all this frenetic energy around her head. I don't know if you can see that very easily. She was in battle. She's walking away with her spoils. I mean, she's got 3 in her hand, 2 behind her, and it's she fought to the death, basically, it's almost. But I do like that. There's 2 people in the background and everything. So conflict. And here, the clouds, and this looks actually like a very beautiful card. This is the Lunar Nomad Oracle. But these clouds, their perfume is billowing up and almost creating confusion. And again, in that space where you need that shadow self kind of need to like connect in with for clarity and everything. You need to collect into some of those shadowy spaces. Don't get lost in the clouds and the confusion, basically, is what it's kind of saying. So this one here definitely goes along with it. There's that kind of angst that I'm feeling in both cards. I didn't feel that. I thought this was a really beautiful card, but then I read and this deck has 4 pages for each card of notes and things to read and exercise and everything. But it definitely talked about more of the shadowy side. And I think we were connecting in with that meditation, what kind of needs reworking in our lives. So maybe these go along with the same premise. And Alexandra, you drew a card, didn't you? You're on mute too.
Sorry. So I'm using the Star Seeker Oracle, and I pulled for us the Traveler. So yeah, this figure is standing just in front of this portal, and I think it fits well with your cards. Maybe it's time to step into something new, to actually explore new new surroundings, new ways of being, releasing those aspects of conflict, and really that we might be carrying inside of us. It's not always conflict with people. When I pull the Five of Swords or cards that speak of conflict, I usually see it with as something that's going on internally.
Right, I see that here as well.
Yeah, So, and usually also the Five of Swords is, yeah, as you said, is something that I need to walk away from. And I think this card, the Traveler, is actually telling us it's time to walk away from whatever that inner conflict might be and step into the new version of yourself. And we can do that anytime. We can step through that portal and summon our energies and get onto the other side. Yeah, so that's my contribution to the collective.
And thank you,
this
thank
new
you.
moon.
Oh, and I have so my stone that came through, since this is also a stone for Mercury, it is the guardian stone. It is an emerald. This is an emerald, a natural emerald. If you do not have an emerald, you know, the adventuring, any kind of green stone will do. These kind of really call in the water element, more or less. Both of these, you know, emerald does. And yeah. Yeah, I would say any kind of green stone would work though, if you choose to work with if you don't have an emerald today. And it's really about bringing the divine wisdom of the heart and of the feminine into your life. That's really what emerald is calling you to do, connecting with that heart space, bringing in the divine wisdom of the feminine. So I'll add a little bit more, you know, of what it's about. And, you know, I also wanted, gosh, when we're releasing those stones, I wanted to tell you also, I don't know why I didn't, that always close out your sacred space and everything like that. When you're releasing that stone that we're using today, please make sure you can put it in the earth. But for me, I'm going to put it in a waterway and reinforce that intention as I let it go. I live right down by the river, so I'll just release it out into that beautiful waterway. And I wanted to make sure you did that. For these, you can always connect in with your stones in a way, and just actually blowing intention in and putting them in your left hand, breathing in and out, really sending love down into that stone and asking for love to come back into your heart space. It's a really wonderful way to connect and open up into a stone. So I invite you to do that. God, if you have some oils, go ahead and anoint your stone, sit with it, all those wonderful things to sit with and open so you can start receiving messages. First thing I do when I'm also looking at a stone is, what are my first impressions? What are my very first things that I think? And here I look at craggy rock. I mean, I see a face. Green, just all those real, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, immediate that come into your mind. Those are the first threads of messages when you're working with stones. So, and they're rapid fire, you know, no thinking about it, just that connection is how I want you to start connecting with the stone. That's just really important. But anyway, those are stones, emerald, any green stone. We have our cards. We brought in the astrology, did a little meditation. Ladies, anything else before we move on to our cards for each other?
Karen, I wanted to ask you about Chalcedony stone.
Chalcedony.
Chalcedony, is that how? You have one of those? I had a
I
dream
do.
that
I
I had a big, I think it was that a big piece. It was a
Okay.
polish. You have one
I know I have
handy?
Chalcedony handy. I don't know if I'm looking around to see if I have any behind me. No.
Okay.
I have to go dig it out. I have to go look in the back. What color? They're usually blue. They can't be any color. They can't be other colors.
This was sort of green, maybe a little blue in it, and it was a
Green, yeah.
big piece, and I was like, I was holding this. It
Oh,
kind of looked jady like, but
Chalcedony is more of a usually a clearer stone.
mm,
you know, there's not a lot of impurities or anything in it. It's more of a clearer stone. God, I wish I could, I wish I had one right here,
Okay.
but I don't.
But I remember
I
that
would look it
waking
up
up,
online, look it up online.
holding it like this, like, whoa.
Well, that wants to work with you. So I would definitely somewhere get a piece. If you're
Mhm.
dreaming about it, it definitely has some messages to share.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's like I was
Absolutely.
standing there with it in my hand like this. Yes.
Absolutely. I mean, yeah. And I don't think it's a real expensive stone. You can find it easily. So
Okay.
yeah, I have some. I have a lot of spaces I have stones at. I don't know exactly where, but I do have some.
Mhm.
So, well, that's exciting. That stone has a message for you. So
Yes, apparently.
so, and ladies, anything else to share right now? How you're feeling about this moon phase? Okay, so we are going to close out this portion of our gathering and move on to doing little mini readings for ourselves. If you ever want to come along, we'd be happy to do some little readings for you as well. And the replay hopefully will be up pretty soon. And I thank you for joining and coming along into our little wisdom gathering. We love you all. Okay. Bye for now.